How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. So today we're going through the mini bosses in the Ice and Fire mod. Now this is the final video I'll be making on the Ice and Fire mod unless a new update comes out. As I've said in a previous video that the dragons are separate from the mini bosses as there's too much to go through all in one video. So let's get into it. So the first mini boss we have is the Gorgon. Now the Gorgon can be found in these sort of Gorgon temples, which are like Greek style stone buildings, and they can appear randomly on beaches. When you get to one of these buildings, you'll see that there isn't actually anything in here. It's like a little mechanism to open a staircase to actually get down into the Gorgon's temple. So as you can hear very slightly, there are pistons moving. There we go. So if I get some night vision, I'll basically show you what it looks like down here. So this is what it looks like, and that there is the Gorgon. Now the Gorgon has 100 health points, which is 50 hearts. They're not passive and they will attack you if they see you, and she can actually turn you to stone if you look at her. Now I'm in creative at the moment, but I'll basically show you what it's like, because what she does, she gives you a petrified debuff, which I believe instantly kills you and turns you to stone. So if I go down here and I look at her, she should just turn me to stone. Yeah, there we go. Instantly. So as you saw, she done like a little animation pretty much before she kills you. And basically what it does, it shows that you are literally about to be petrified. Now the way to actually stop being petrified by her is by having a blindfold on. And this is basically what is used to kill her. So if I equip it, you can see that I've got blindness. Now what this does, it means that you basically can't be affected by the Gorgon's gaze. However, if you have some sort of thing where you can't actually be blinded, but you do have the blindfold on, the Gorgon will still kill you because you can obviously still see her. So say if there was actually another mob in here, she can turn them to stone. So if I get maybe a zombie out, I'll show you what I mean. It can turn it into stone. The way to actually mine the statue is just with a pickaxe, and as you can see, it slowly breaks and then it breaks. And what it should drop is a couple of cobblestone or some stone. That one didn't for some reason, it's a bit weird. However, when you do mine it, it doesn't actually drop any of its drops. It will just drop stone or cobblestone. So the way to craft a blindfold is literally just 2 string and some leather. And it also gives you +1 armor. And it is so useful in this fight. So I believe if you mine this with a silk touch pickaxe, it should give you the stone statue. Yes, it does. There we go. So you basically have the statue. And with this, you can literally place it down wherever you want. So that is very cool. So you can do this with any type of statue that the Gorgon basically creates. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's quite a cool feature. So when you do have the blindfold on and you're trying to attack her, what will happen is that she'll become a little bit enraged. And when she's enraged, she can attack you in a couple of different ways. So she will poison you with her attacks, which deal around 4 health points worth of damage. And she will also attack you for 2 health points of damage, like I will quickly show you now. But as you can see, she can still attack me far away. So it's recommended that you have some milk on you to stop the poison, that you can actually live to basically fight the Gorgon. So if you manage to kill the Gorgon, what she will drop is a Gorgon head. Now with the Gorgon head, you can literally turn anything into stone. Apart from deathworms, cockatrices and cyclops are immune to it, but everything else can be turned to stone. So if I basically show you an example, I can basically use it on this zombie here. It could be turned to stone. I can use it on the skeleton. It has to be facing you though. It turns to stone. And I can even do it to a dragon. So I managed to get myself a dragon over here. And what I can show you is that you can actually turn them to stone. And then you can actually take the statue of the dragon back home to keep. I hope this works. Yep, there we go. However, once you make something into stone, you cannot reverse it. So now my dragon is turned to stone. I cannot reverse it, and it was my own dragon, so that's quite annoying. But as you can see, that's basically what the Gorgon is. I guess if you are trying to beat a boss and you really don't give a shit about its drops, you can use the Gorgon head against it, and it should turn it to stone. So it is a very useful weapon like that, and it will keep the shape of any mob. So that's a creeper, kept the shape of it. And the same with the spider. Alright, maybe not the spider. Spider just seems to disappear, but you get the point. Anything can turn to stone, and it's pretty epic. Oh no, it's spiders. Okay. As I've said, deathworms, cockatrices, and cyclops are immune to her gaze. So even if she is against it, they'll all be immune to it, so they can't turn to stone. But yeah, apart from that, there's not much else to the Gorgon. So let's move on to the next mob, which is the Cyclops. So next we have is the Cyclops, and the Cyclops can be found in small coves such as this randomly across beaches. They have around 150 health points, which is around 75 hearts, and they also have 20 armor points. It fills up the full set of your armor bar. So these guys are not passive, they will attack you on sight, and they can attack you in a couple different ways. So one of them is just stomping you. It will chase after you as well, like so. And as you can see, it's actually lifting me up, which is another way of it to attack. And when it lifts you up, it will actually attempt to bite your head off. which instantly kills you. However, if you can dismount it like you would any mount. You can just press shift. They also can deal massive knockback with a kick. For some reason, it's been awkward. What they should do is also stomp you as well. For some reason, it's not working. But yeah, that's the different ways it can attack. So if you manage to kill one of these, some of the drops you can get is 0 to 10 raw mutton, 1 to 10 leather, 0 to 5 blocks of wool. You get a 50% chance of it dropping an eye of Cyclops, and you also get a 2.5% chance of dropping a Cyclops skull. Just going to quickly go through the Cyclops skull. It literally is just, you can hang it anywhere, like decoration. Like I've said in previous videos, it's just like any other mob. They're just used for decoration and that's it. So the Eye of Cyclops will actually give nearby enemies weakness if you have it in your hand or your offhand, which is F. So either way, this will give off weakness to all enemies in the area. However, it does have durability, so it is recommended that you actually use these for really difficult mobs or bosses, such as the Cyclops or dragons or anything else that's actually quite difficult to kill. So another couple things about the Cyclops is that they won't actually attack any passive mobs, so they won't attack sheep, cows, pigs, etc., but they will attack anything else, which include dragons as well. So sometimes Cyclops can actually be found wandering around in the plains, and in the plains they can be probably found gathering sheep or herding sheep, because they just seem to like them. As you can see here, there's like little enclosures with sheep. Now, if you really don't want to take on a Cyclops, what you can do, you can actually wear a full set of sheep disguise armor, and this is basically what you look like with it on. And you look pretty epic with it, not gonna lie. So the way to craft this stuff is literally by doing this. So for a helmet, you need 5 bits of wool and a leather cap, like so. For a disguise chest piece, you need a leather tunic and 7 wool. For sheep disguise leggings, you need 7 wool and some leather pants. And for boots, you literally need some leather boots and 4 white wool. So altogether, you need 23 wool and pretty much a full set of leather armor. So if I go over here and I sneak, I guess this is probably a good distance because he can't actually see you, and even if he looks at you from this distance, he won't be able to attack you. However, if I come out of shift, yeah, he can see me. Okay, so you still have to be quite a big distance away from the Cyclops for him not to see you, but he will still be able to see you from quite a far distance. However, if you attack a sheep whilst you're wearing the sheep disguise armor, your disguise no longer works, and the Cyclops will actually start to come to attack you. So you've got to be a bit careful with that. And one other thing that you can do when fighting a Cyclops is actually you can take out its eye. So you can shoot the Cyclops eye with an arrow or some fire breath to blind it so that it can't actually see anything beyond a 4-block range. There we go. Finally. So it took a couple shots, but in the end I managed to destroy it. So if I stand over here, he won't be able to see me, where before he would be trying to kill me right now. However, if I do get a bit close to him, there we go, you can see me. Oh god. But yeah, I just managed to escape really easily. Like so. So that's basically a good way to fight the Cyclops. But yeah, apart from that, there's not much else to the Cyclops, so let's go on to the final mini-boss, which is the Hydra. So now we have the Hydra, and the Hydra is actually probably the most difficult to kill mini-bosses in the Ice and Fire mod, due to the extent of how you actually have to kill this thing. So these guys can be found in swamp biomes, in small mud huts like this, and they have 250 health points, which is 125 hearts. They're not passive, and they will attack you if they see you, so you've got to be a bit careful with that. And the way they attack is actually their breath. So animation looks quite cool, like with the breath and that. So what it is, if I get close to it, that's basically what the Hydra breath is. It is basically spit, it's venom spit, and it poisons you for around 4 seconds or so, dealing like 1 health point of damage per time. However, if you get close to the Hydra without being poisoned, it will rapidly attack you for around 3 health parts a second. So this is why he's quite difficult to kill. However, a feature of this Hydra is that if you manage to kill or defeat one of its heads, 2 more will respawn. So if I can maybe get a sword or something, basically show you what I mean. Which is head. There we go. So one of its head's gone, but 6 seconds later, 2 more have spawned. And it will regenerate its life like so. So the way to actually kill this thing is that it has to be on fire. Now, when it's on fire, it can't regrow its heads. So you need to have a fire aspect weapon, such as a sword or some fire arrows, or you can just set it on fire and use a normal sword, but it's quite risky. And if it needs to keep burning for the next 6 seconds or so, and it will actually lose a head. Now, with the Hydra, it can actually grow up to 9 heads, and I'll show you what that is now. There we go. So this is the Hydra with 9 heads. when it has more heads, it actually increases its speed it attacks. So you will die very quickly if it has this many heads. So it is very, very recommended that you do get a flamed weapon, or you have to kill it with a flamed weapon. There is no other way of killing it, or unless obviously it's in lava. But as you can see, it has to be burning for the next 6 seconds, otherwise the head will grow back. It won't die until it's down to 1 head. So as you can see, it's on 2 health at the moment, but obviously it won't die until all its heads have been destroyed. So if we can get it down to 1 head, there we go. There we go. And that's how you basically kill a Hydra. It's just constantly hit it with a fire aspect weapon until it dies. So, as you can see, it's dropped some stuff. So what it will drop is 0 to 5 Hydra fangs, 0 to 4 pieces of rotten flesh, a 10% chance to drop 1 Hydra heart, and 2.5% chance for it to drop a Hydra skull. Now, the Hydra skull, like I've said before, the Cyclops, can just be used for decoration. And that's it. And you can hang it on the walls, the ceiling, or the floor. The Hydra fangs can actually be used to create some Hydra arrows. Now, the way to create these arrows is literally a lily pad, a stick, and a Hydra fang, and you get 4 of them. So say I was on quite little health, what you can do is use the bow, and it life leeches and poisons the target. Oh dear. So they are very useful if you're very low health and fighting a difficult mob, because you can literally be taking their life as they're killing you. So yeah, that's really useful. Now, another thing that it can drop, like I've said, is the Hydra heart. Now, if you have the Hydra heart in your hand or in your offhand, it will give you regeneration. Now, this also does have durability. However, the lower health you are, the faster you'll regenerate your health. So that is so useful. So some other things with the Hydras is that it can actually spawn in a range of different colors. So this one here is a red color. This one here is a greenish sort of color, and another color you can get it in is like a teal sort of color. But yeah, apart from that, there's not much else to the Hydra, and that is pretty much all the mini bosses as well. So let's go in the video. So thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. So this is the final video, as I keep saying, of the Ice and Fire mod. I will create more of them if a new update comes out. However, I will only be doing reviews for the new mobs that come out. I won't be doing the reviews for anything else unless it's incorporated with the mob or mini boss. So thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I've got some more mob reviews coming. I know some of you want me to do the Untamed Wilds. I had a bit of a problem with that, but I have to learn from my mistake. It basically crashed my game every time I attempted to spawn a mob. So yeah, I know why, because I tried spawning them all at once. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.